Hey guys, welcome to a Wednesday weigh-in video.
But if you want, can we try again? Try again. Oh yeah.
So in this video, I will be answering 3 weight-related questions, talking about my daily weigh-ins for this week. If I reached my November 1st goal, how much weight I lost in October, how much weight I lost in the last week, and what is my new weight loss goal. And obviously I'm gonna share how just the last week went in general. So first things first, I do wanna do the 3 questions from you guys. The first one is, what is your ultimate goal weight? So I get asked this question a lot, and I think that's the reason why I chose it. And honestly, I don't have an ultimate goal weight. I just know that I want to obviously lose a few hundred pounds for sure. I wanna be healthier. I want to feel healthier. I just want to be in a better place in general. I know the more weight I lose, the more I'm going to understand my body a bit better and figure out what is the healthy overall goal weight for myself. I know at my height, I'm supposed to be like 110 pounds, and I know that's not realistic, and I know that's never going to happen. I think sometimes you have to be very realistic in your weight loss journey. Everyone's journey is different. So if your goal is 110 pounds, I'm sure you can reach it. But I know as an individual and someone who has been this size for so long, I just know that 110 pounds is not realistic for me, and I'm totally fine with that, because even if it was realistic, I wouldn't even want that to be my goal. So I'm actually currently just doing small goals. I notice it's making it to where I don't have to look at the bigger picture, because the bigger picture makes me overwhelmed. That's when I fall off track, because I'm just like, oh my God, how is this even possible to lose this much weight? So by focusing on mini goals, I'm able to celebrate more and like award myself with things, and it makes me feel more accomplished, to be honest, by setting these goals, succeeding in reaching these goals, and it makes me excited to create more. Next question is, why do you think losing the weight is the answer? I have had quite a few health issues in my life, and all of them really have boiled down to my weight. I think honestly the biggest one for me is being diagnosed with uterine cancer last year. And there's been other little mini things that have been happening to me, or has happened to me health-wise, because of my weight. Obviously there's more than just that. You know, it's like the stamina. It's not being able to just do regular things like everyday people, like walking in a mall is super hard for me because of the size. And I know it's kind of like a cycle when it comes to like my mental health and stuff. It's like being bigger makes my mental health worse, and then my mental health makes me gain weight. So it's always been like this weird vicious cycle. And I know that with just like positive changes, positive reinforcement, determination, I can lose the weight, while slowly it is making my mental health better. I just feel like there's so many things in my life that could be better just by losing weight. Like I think of my future and I just see so many good things, and it's like, I know I can't do any of those things. Example, traveling, especially to different countries. I can't do those things at this weight. So losing the weight is literally right now the answer to everything. So the last question is, would you date someone the same size as you? So my answer is no, simply no. Not because of shallow reasons or because of like how they look physically, because obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I have a few crushes on some plus size females. It's just the fact that to get to the size, obviously there's some sort of issue or addiction that creates this. To be in a relationship with someone else that has the same problems, a lot of people would think maybe that'd be a good thing because you can support each other. But honestly, I think it would be detrimental to both of us. We would enable each other, and it's just, I feel like if I was in a relationship with someone my size, I would never get better. And obviously we can switch this question to, what if it was someone your size that is currently on a weight loss journey? Weight loss journeys are not linear. I feel like they're very like up and down, like a roller coaster. They're very rocky. And I would be terrified that during one of those times where either they were off track or I was off track, that we would start to no longer support each other, but instead follow in each other's footsteps. And then I noticed for me, like I spiral out of control once I'm off track. And it's like, if I saw my partner do that, I would want to do that. The best example that I could come up with is like, say you're in a relationship with someone who does drugs, you also do drugs, you're trying to stay clean, but your partner isn't. That's very hard. So I personally would not want to put myself in that position. Okay, so now let's get to the weigh-in. So last Wednesday, October 27th, I weighed 506.2. October 28th, I weighed 505.0, which was a 1.2 loss. October 29, I weighed 504.4, which was a 0.6 loss. October 30th, I weighed 503.8, which was another 0.6 loss. On October 31st, I weighed in at 504.0, which was a 0.2 gain. So that weigh-in was really hard for me because the day before I was on track, I was feeling good, I did my exercises, I ate right. And the fact that I gained 0.2, for some reason it really messed with my head and I went back to my old habits. I've always had a very hard time with accepting certain weigh-ins, and when they didn't go my way, I would self-destruct. So on that day, I said F it, and I ended up having a cheat day. I ordered seafood boil, which is like one of my most favorite meals, but it's very high in sodium, has tons of butter. It is a lot of calories because throughout the whole day, I do end up eating the whole thing. So the next day on November 1st, I weighed in at 505.2, which was a 1.2 gain. November 2nd, I weighed in at 504.6, which was a 0.6 loss. So this was actually the day I decided, okay, we need to figure out how many calories am I really eating in a day. I noticed that days where I'm on track, I'm only losing like point something, or I gain 0.2. So I was like, I need to figure out what's really going on. At this size, with how little I felt like I was eating, you think that I would be losing weight a little bit quicker. For a normal person to lose 0.6 a day, that's actually amazing. But for someone my size, I honestly feel like I need to be losing weight a little quicker than that. So I said, hey, let's count calories. Let's figure it all out. So I set my calorie limit to 1,600. I felt like that's pretty doable, to be honest, especially because a lot of the foods I am eating is very low calorie. So I actually weighed in today after counting calories yesterday. I ate 1,400. So I was below 1,600 by 200, which is fine. So yeah, today, November 3rd, I weighed in at 504.0, which was a 0.6 loss. So even with counting calories and eating at such a low amount, I'm still losing only like point something, which I actually today for the first time accepted. All progress is good progress, and that's honestly what I need to stick to. So this week I only lost 2.2, but in total that means I have lost 68.4, which means I'm 1.6 pounds from losing 70. And in the month of October, I lost 18.2 pounds, which is incredible. So as you guys can see, I did not get into the 400s. I did not reach my goal. I was doing super amazing at the beginning of the week. And when I noticed I'm not losing weight fast enough, I said, hey, it's time to self-sabotage. It was a bad idea, a bad choice. I'm not perfect, and I will continue to learn from these mistakes and learn from the unhealthy patterns and habits that I do have. So my new mini weight loss goal is December 1st. I would love to weigh 484.6. Just a goal. If I don't reach it, it's okay. But every single day I want to try to obviously reach it. I feel just like super motivated, determined, inspired. Like I'm literally inspiring myself. I never in a million years thought that would even be a thing. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this weigh-in video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.